So the first thing I wanted to talk about, LSU has the fourth best odds to win the has the fifth best odds, to win the national championship, set at plus 1100. And I'll say this, being an LSU, talking LSU and being an LSU fan, I think that's a bunch of crap. I think LSU should be the third or fourth best odds to win the national title, honestly. I think probably the way the odds are set are pretty. I think at least you flip-flop LSU and Michigan. Michigan with the fifth best. I would take LSU because that's the way I look at it. If Michigan and LSU met on a neutral field, even though I like Michigan too, being from the state of Michigan, I think LSU would win that matchup. So to me, does that necessarily mean by default that LSU should have better odds? Not necessarily, but the point I'm trying to make is I think LSU is a better team than Michigan. I think LSU probably is a better team than Ohio State. LSU may have more NFL draft players or top-ranked NFL draft eligible guys, but I think LSU is probably a better team than Ohio State. Like, I think if Ohio State and LSU met on a neutral field, I would have a hard time picking Ohio State. I think LSU probably would be favored. I think LSU would win that game just because I think LSU would present a unique matchup, or would present a difficult matchup for Ohio State. I think LSU with a healthy Mason Smith and how good their offensive line, I think they would hypothetically win that they would win that matchup. But that's all hypothetical. But yeah, LSU, I think LSU, I would put them third best odds behind Alabama and Georgia. But yeah, LSU, second best odds in the SEC West. So yeah, third best odds in the SEC. Third best odds to win the SEC at plus 450, and then second best odds to win the SEC West at plus 200. So yeah, I think it seems like Alabama. I'm a believer in Alabama this year. I'm still a believer in Georgia. I know it's really hard to three-peat, but yeah, I think LSU, to me, LSU is that perfect kind of contrarian pick, if that makes sense. I think LSU and Georgia, to me, if it just feels a little too safe this year. I think, even though it's very likely, it just, if you feel like if you're one of those people that you want the kind of the sneaky good, not really sneaky, but you want the good contrarian pick, I think it's LSU. Thanks for tuning in to Bayou Bengals football. Make sure to stay tuned for more episodes and clips from the show.